Hello, welcome to another video Uptown music lesson. My name is Gio Andollo. So today I'm going to jump ahead about 50 lessons at the request of YouTube user Cardinal Cora, who asked for a blues tutorial on the guitar. Now, there's a ton to talk about with the blues, including harmonic structure, improvisation, pentatonic scale, shuffle rhythm, strum patterns, and more. But I'll focus this lesson on learning a very common blues progression, the 12-bar blues in the key of A. So let's break this down. As the name suggests, the 12-bar blues is 12 bars worth of music. Now, I haven't given any lessons yet about what a bar is, or time signature, or beat. Trust me, these are all coming very soon. But I'll go ahead and avoid those terms for now. Let's just say that a bar is equal to a 4 count of music. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a bar. Here it is again with a different chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 bars back to back, and we'll have the entire progression. Now, I like to outline the 12-bar progression using a chart, like so, where each of these 12 rectangles represents one of the bars. And for each of the 12 bars, we're going to strum one chord. So let's start with the first bar up here. The 12-bar progression always starts with the root chord of the key that you're playing in. I mentioned already that we're playing in the key of A, so I'll just write A in this first bar. A is the root, or the home chord, so when we get to the end of these 12 bars down here, we're always going to go back home to the A chord. Now, you can use plain old major chords throughout the progression if you want, but personally I prefer the sound of 7th chords in the blues, so I'll be using those for this lesson. Here's the chord diagram for that A7 chord. Now, it may come more naturally to many beginners to play the A7 chord with the first and second fingers, but I would recommend to use the second and third fingers, like so, as it should make it easier to move to the chord in the second bar, D7. Here's the chord diagram for the D7 chord, again with the fingering. To go from the A7 to the D7, you're just going to move your second finger back from where it was before, the 4th string 2nd fret, to now the 3rd string 2nd fret, and your third finger is moving from the 2nd string 2nd fret to the 1st string 2nd fret. So both fingers can move together, back one string, and then you just put your first finger down on that 2nd string 1st fret. Now, there's going to be a lot of going back and forth between these two chords in this progression. So if you haven't worked with them before, you want to practice just strumming the A7, and then the D7, to the A7 again, just one long strum for each chord. Back and forth like that, until you feel pretty comfortable with those changes. Then you can try strumming each chord 4 times and just alternating. So it would be A7, 1, 2, 3 to D7, 2, 3, back to A7, 2, 3, 4, and so on, just back and forth. Okay, now back to our 12 bars. We're going to have A7 here, A7 here, D7, and then A again. Hopefully now you see what I mean, that we're going back and forth a bunch. And the third and final chord in this 12-bar progression is E, or E7. And here's the diagram for that, again with the fingering. I'm going to leave this on the screen for a few seconds so that you can figure it out. And meanwhile, I'll point out that you can use different fingering for any of the chords I've shown you so far. But I think you'll find that the fingerings I've given here will make it easiest to change between the 3 chords in this progression. Alright, and looking at our 12 bars again, the E7 will show up here, and here. We'll have another D here, and an A here. And those are the 12 bars. Like I said toward the beginning, each bar represents a 4 count of music. So we can just strum the chord in each bar 4 times. Here's what it sounds like all together. We'll start with a count off, and then right into A7. 1, 2, 3, 4. A7 to D7. I'm strumming each chord 4 times. Now the A again. And we repeat the A for measure 4. Now to D. 2, 3, 4. Another. Measure 6. A. 2, 3, E7. Now to D, and back home to A, and the turnaround, E7, and we wrap it up with the A. Well, that's it. Welcome to the blues. Now, if you struggle to keep up, then please go back and practice those individual chords and then changing between them. If the chords aren't sounding out clearly, then maybe check out my video on troubleshooting chords. And if you're really just having a hard time making the changes with the 4-count strumming, then try just strumming each chord once for every 4 count, like so. A7, 2, 3, 4, D7, back to A7, 2, 3, and then the A7 again, and so on. Well, hopefully this all made sense, but if you still have any questions, please post them in the comments below. Also check the video description for a link to another video where I'll just be playing this progression at a slow tempo and you can practice along with me. Please also subscribe to stay tuned for a ton more video music lessons to come. Until next time, peace!